Today is the first of the 5 webinars, as we said, that we're going to use to show you how to build a website in 20 minutes. So you can see that our main slide is displaying there. We'll get straight down to it and get to work. We are Blacknight. We're Ireland's largest domains and web hosting company. We also provide email and broadband services as of this year as well. So you can find out more about that at blacknight.com. My name is Colin Wienichan. I work in communications and marketing and media here at Blacknight. I'm an electronic engineer by profession and training, and you can find me on social media in most places at Con, C-O-N-N, on Twitter, and you can find links to me in various other places like that as well. I also write on blacknight.blog and produce the Blacknight podcast, and we've launched a new podcast for the times we live in at the moment, which we've called The Lock-In, and you can find that at thelockin.ie, looking at various aspects of how we live now. How we live now is that we're reopening, and that's what we're going to talk about. But let's step back a couple of months to look at the plans that we had earlier on this year and where we all were business-wise. Blacknight is still more or less in the same place as we were, but this was our, before we knew about COVID-19, this was our position. We're the largest Irish web host, and what I mean by that is that 30% of all Irish websites are hosted on Blacknight servers. 30% of all new .ie domain names are registered with Blacknight, and we have a similar, I think, historical share of them as well. We operate an ISO 27001 information security management system. And the reason I mention that is for 2 reasons. One is to explain that your data is secure and your websites are secure because of the policies, the ISO certified policies that we operate. But this also means that it has made it very easy for us in many ways to continue to operate as normal during the lockdown, because we're now working from home, and because of the ISO system that we have in place, access was already strictly controlled to our data centers, and even at the height of the lockdown, we only needed to send in 1 or 2 people under specific conditions when we needed to do social distancing in that situation. It's important to point this out. We're 100% Irish owned and managed, and we operate our data centers in Carlow and in Dublin. That was then. This is now. Since the 13th of March 2020, all Blacknight staff have been working from home, and we have continued to operate as normal. We have, however, seen a huge increase in business and in traffic in particular. 25% increase in internet traffic on our network, and that tallies with other companies, internet service providers and hosts such as ourselves. Our support, engineering, sales, and accounts team are all operating as normal. And what we've seen is that for our existing product and services, dedicated hosting, co-location, email services, things like that, we are continuing to see an increased demand for those services throughout. However, in addition to that, we are also seeing new customers come on board, and we've discovered that these are people who aren't maybe familiar with a lot of the technical terms, aren't familiar with doing business in e-commerce online, and they're looking for an entry-level solution. That is the people that this webinar is focused on, because what we've discovered is that it's not enough to just provide the services. You also need to teach the skills and explain how to use them as well. This is the product we're going to be demonstrating today, and it's actually a product we've had for quite a while. It's called Site Builder, and it is the entry level to having a website on your own domain name. We have it on an introductory special offer for the first year of $39.99 plus VAT. That includes the hosting. It includes the Site Builder tool, which is the demonstration that I'm going to provide for you today. It includes a free domain name, and it also includes a free digital SSL security certificate, which is essential really for a modern website. This is another new product which we've introduced. It's Blacknight Shop Builder, and that's going to be the subject of next week's webinar, because as we are saying, we're finding that we're getting an awful lot of questions, and we've had to introduce some of these new products specifically to help people. So what's it all about? It's all about keeping your business open and making sure that you are able to continue doing business. Now, the country is reopening, but as we're hearing even today, some other countries are reimposing lockdowns and imposing strict restrictions in certain areas. What we're finding here at Blacknight is that businesses are coming to us and saying, look, we're opening our doors, we are implementing social distancing, but we find that online technology is going to help us to actually maintain that. So for that purpose, we're talking about blended business. So the new business, the new normal business is blended. We discovered already, many people who weren't familiar with using online technology discovered that it was an essential key to getting through lockdown, whether it was working from home or staying in touch with loved ones or family. What the truth is that even as we open, blended business and online technology is going to be essential for recovery. Now, it's an old term, we didn't come up with it, but people have often described this as a bricks and clicks strategy. That's a double, two-pronged strategy where you have a traditional bricks and mortar type business with a shop that people can walk into, but that is augmented by having the online tools and services as well. And this allows you to do a number of things. It allows you to communicate with customers. We'll be talking about that in one of the webinars in particular, making sure people know about your opening hours, what kind of special arrangements you've made for social distancing or for protecting the vulnerable in your store. It allows you to implement things such as click and collect, or indeed booking systems, which will allow you to manage, for example, appointments and things like that, and make sure that you don't have a crowd in your store at any one time. That's why we've this series of business recovery webinars. I'm just going to run over the full list of them. Today's is the first one, how to build a website in 20 minutes. We'll get started on that shortly. The next week we'll focus on click and collect, specifically on the Blacknight Shop Builder product, and that's a product which works with any type of existing website. So it'll work with the website we're going to build today in 20 minutes, or it'll work, for example, if you have WordPress or something similar like that as well. Shop Builder will work with that. Number 3 is titled Don't Go Dark. It's about communicating online and making sure that you use every online means at your disposal to let customers know that you are open for business and what your special arrangements may or may not be. Booking and scheduling systems will be the focus of the fourth webinar on the 15th of July. And we'll finish up with trust signals, how to enhance your reputation and credibility online. So let's get to work. We're going to use Site Builder, Blacknight Site Builder, and you can find Site Builder on our website if you go to blacknight.com, which is exactly where I'm going to go to now. So if you give me just a moment, we'll bring the website up here in front of us, and we will share with you the Blacknight website, and we'll bring that up and online as well. A reminder, if you have any questions, you can simply type those into the Q&A session, and we will take those questions one at a time as we when we finished up that part of the presentation. So here we go. We are now sharing our main screen. Let me know if that's not appearing here. This is the main Blacknight website. So we're going to take you through that whole create your website with Site Builder process. You buy a domain name. If it's a .ie, .com, .org, or .eu domain, you get that for free. So I've suggested we might want to, for example, register a domain name. It's where you always start when you're going online. So let's, as an example, choose a domain name called therecovery.ie. So this is the main Blacknight website. You can see that it suggests other alternatives as well, but we're going to go with this one. It's on special offer, and we'll put it into our cart. Now, I'm not going to go through with this because I've actually registered another domain already this morning that we're going to use for this purposes. But you can see it's an example one, and if you go to the cart, you'll see we have one item in there already. The second thing we need to add to that is some kind of hosting or some kind of website building tool. So if you go here to websites on our main menu and you choose Site Builder, that's what we're going to use today. And it brings you to the Site Builder portion of the website, which explains what Site Builder is and outlines what the different plans we offer are. And our basic plan is the one we're going to use in this case, and that is $39.99 per year. That includes a free domain name for the first year, It also includes an SSL certificate as well. And we'll go to the checkout now. Having put those two things in, you go in there and you'll see that we have configured the BaseKit website builder basic annual package for $39.99. Here's the domain we've chosen. Now, if I was going through with registering this, I'd have to go in here and provide some identification details, because with a .ie domain, you have to demonstrate that you have a connection to Ireland. That could be a bill, it could be a driving license, it could be something like that. Or in fact, if you already have registered a .ie domain name, that in itself is proof enough that you have already qualified to be a .ie registrant. And again, you can use that for that configuration. So then you would go through with the checkout, and that would, in this case, as you can see, this is a demonstration account. So this is actually the wrong way around. What you'll actually see is that you'll pay full price for the BaseKit website builder, and then you'll get the domain name for free with that, and also an SSL certificate. Then you wait until you get an email, and in your email, you'll be told, log in here to the Blacknight control panel. So I'm bringing you here to the Blacknight control panel, which the address always is cp.blacknight.com is the address of the Blacknight control panel. And once you're logged into that, you can see up here in the top right what the various subscriptions that you have. And we'll say we'll have bought our BaseKit website builder subscription. So you select that and you say, that's the one we're going to use for this purpose. And you can see it then appears on your homepage in your control panel. So we'll click here where it says Manage Site Builder. This would have been newly installed for you. And this brings you in. There's a button here which is grayed out, which says create a new site. Now I have an existing installation, but if you were creating a new site, you'd simply click on that button and then it would invite you to edit the site name. Now the site name that we're going to use is quite simply just a friendly name for you to use for your own purposes. So I'm going to select one that I've written here already, and we paste it in here. And this just allows you to easily see in your control panel what the purpose of this particular website actually is. That's all you have to do at this stage. The next step is to go into Site Builder. So we click here on Open Site Builder. And this should bring you to a demonstration page. Now I'll have to do a reset here on this. So that you can see what the actual initial first time experience is. So we'll do a reset. So this will appear just like it does for somebody accessing this for the first time. And what happens when you access this for the first time is that you go to this onboarding page, and this is all menu driven. It's a wizard system from here on. It asks you a couple of basic questions to get your basic site up and running. This is what you see when you come into Site Builder for the very first time. What type of website do you want to create? Well, let's answer the question. You can see it gives you some templates for some basic kinds of website you can use to get started. Let's choose, there's all kinds of specific types of one. We'll just choose store. So in this case, we just want a store. What's the name of the website? We're going to call it, and for the sake of argument, we're going to make this website all about the series of business recovery webinars we're doing. But again, you can make it about your coffee shop, about your hair salon, about your grocery store, hardware store, or whatever it is that you need to be. So it's asked me to give a title or a name to the website. That's what we're going to give it, Blacknight Business Recovery Webinars. Click here on Continue. What's your style? We'll use this to get you started. There are more style options to choose from later. And what it's giving you here is basically a series of color schemes, and you can see there are different fonts as available with these as well. Again, all of this can be configured later. You can change this later, but for something to get started with, let's choose this one here in the middle, and we'll take that as being our style. Now it's going to ask you to choose what your homepage is going to look like, and it presents you with a set of pre-prepared design templates for your website. And again, remember, one, this is just a starting point or a suggestion, and everything that's put up here in front of you is a suggestion. You can delete, edit, or change or remove any element that appears on the page. And secondly, even after you've designed your site, you can change the design on it, and it'll reapply the design without removing any of your content. So if you scroll down through this, you see some suggestions, some options. You pick the first one here and look at it, and it's showing you a preview version of this. That's what this would look like. Again, this is all just dummy text that appears here, fake Latin. Let's not choose this. Let's go back. Let's browse another one. Let's take this one, the second one in the list. And you can see it's already put in our title up here, Blacknight Business Recovery Webinars. But the rest of it is just generic text. Products made with you in mind. Could be anything at all. And it's just giving you a look as to what it might look like. Let's choose this one. So we click on Create Your Website. So now we've created a website that lives at yourcompanyname.ie. And I forgot to mention that that's the actual domain name that I've registered for this purpose. If any of you want to go to your own web browsers or indeed on your phone and type in yourcompanyname.ie, you'll get a 404 error that basically tells you that there's nothing on the homepage of this website just yet. But we will create that in the next couple of minutes and actually display and share that with the public as well. But for now, nothing exists on that. We're working purely and privately in our own edit mode here. So if you scroll down through this, you'll see that everything that's on here is actually editable or configurable. If you hover your mouse over each one of those things, remember that's the title we gave the website at the start, Blacknight Business Recovery Webinars. This is your menu with only one item. We only have one page in the site so far. Here's our main title for this page, products made with you in mind. But look, it's editable, you can change it. So you click into that and you can select any part of that you like. In fact, let's go and type in, give this the title we want. So this is the theme that we've chosen for this. We've called it Bricks and Clicks. And here's a little subtitle we're going to give it. Instead of the generic discover our latest products, we'll simply say business for the new normal. And you can see everything here is editable, everything is changeable. Then there's a link here to a button that says what is new. Let's take that out of there for now. We say that's superfluous. We don't want that right now. In fact, in this design, that I've deleted it, but it appears actually further down. Here's our main page for this website, our main image, I should say. It's called the hero image, is what's the term used to describe the main image on your page. And you can see they've suggested something. It's a set of lanterns. We can change this if we want to. So let's click into this and see what the options are. That's the image there. We can choose to add a new image. So in fact, let's upload from our folder here a different image that we choose. So let's say we choose to use this particular image which I've used before for live demos. And we're uploading that right into the site builder now. And now you can see we've replaced the main image on the page with our new image that we've chosen and saved that change. Come further down here, that's just dummy text. Let's remove that here. And this one here, we'll pick maybe a different picture. Again, upload a picture that we have already. How about this one? And in it goes. And again, we are now customizing this site to make it work for us just the way we want it to. This again is generic text. It could mean anything. Let's put in some text to describe what we're actually making this website about ourselves. So I'm copying and pasting this from another place where I've stored it. And you recall that I removed the what is new button at the top. It's because I knew we already had one further down here when I was looking at this earlier this morning. And if you click on that, you can see that that currently links to nothing. And the reason it links to nothing is because we don't have any other pages in this website yet. So let's add a page. We'll close that again. And let's add a new page to this website. So we now have a basic website, and we can add a new page to that. Before I do that, though, I'm going to show you what the preview of this particular website would look like. Again, if you go to yourcompanyname.ie, you'll see it doesn't exist there yet because we haven't shared it with the public, but we can preview that for ourselves. You use this design, beg your pardon, you use this preview button up here, which shows an image of a phone and a computer. And if you click on that, it shows you a preview of what your website will actually look like. Now, it's very similar to our edit view, except that this is actually how the website appears, with none of the little handles or menus or context sensitive things like that for changing. The other thing you can do here that's really useful is that you can preview how this will look on different devices. So if you look up here at the top of the page, you'll see that there are 3 symbols indicating different devices. And currently, we are looking at the preview of the website as it will appear on a desktop computer. But we can change and say, show me what this looks like on a tablet, which I've done just there. So that's now the view of the website as it would appear on a tablet. And as you may have guessed, the third option here shows you the website as it would appear on a mobile phone device. So again, it's very, very powerful. Every single website that you make with BaseKit Site Builder is fully responsive. And what that means is it's designed to automatically detect what kind of device that it's being viewed on, and then to render itself accordingly in a way that makes sense like that. We'll exit the preview mode and come back to our edit mode. Again, it looks very similar. And remember, we've an empty link down here. We've a button here that we haven't actually configured to point to anything. So let's add a new page. Now, if you come into here, you'll see every time you see this little plus symbol here, that allows you to add some new content. We haven't added any new content to the home page because what we did was edited the existing content. But now we'll add, in fact, an entire new page. So we click on that and we say the page title will be What's New? Okay, so now we've added a second page. We click Done. And first thing you notice is that we have added a new page, obviously enough, and we're now editing that page. And you can see that as opposed to the home page, there's no content whatsoever here, except for your header up here and your footer down here, which incidentally says 2019. Let's edit that. Every single thing is edited. We'll change it to 2020, and that change will actually take effect across all of the pages on this website. So you'll also see that there's 2 pages now appearing in our menu at the top of the page. So that will also be visible on all of the pages that you're at. Now we're going to add content to this brand new page. So we click on Add Content, and we click on the little button down here, this plus button, and then it shows us where the content can be added, which is in the page, in the body of the page, between the header and the footer. Click on Add Content, and it gives you a whole load of options as to what kind of content you can have. You can have image and text. You can have a hero image again. You can have text on its own. You can have a gallery with a whole load of images. You can have widgets for social media and things like that as well. It's entirely up to you what kind of content you want to actually add. We'll simply go with image and text, and we'll choose this first option here. And again, you'll see it gives you a default image and some dummy text that you can actually put in there. So again, this is our What's New page. So we're going to change where it says About Us. We're going to say What's New. And in here, in this part of the text, we're going to put the information about the entire series of webinars that we're building. So we'll select that text from the here's one I made earlier department, and we'll post it in here. So you can see this is just the list of webinars that we have, and we're just putting that list in here. Now, as you can see, it's fairly unformatted there. Let's decide to make that bullet points. So we just come up here to this menu, and we select all the text that we want to bulletize here. Again, this is standard formatting type technology that we use for word processing or anything like that. All of these options are available pretty much intuitively. And you can see we can add, I'll just take out the second part of each of these pieces of text just to make them sit together nicely there. Again, we could make all of this text a link and link to other parts of the website, which reminds me, we need to go back to the main page and get a link here to this brand new What's New page. Now it's available up here, but if you go back up here to our list of pages, and we'll move the store layout out of the way for now. These are our 2 main pages we have now. Back here to work on our home page, you'll see here's our home page. Here's our What's New button. This time we'll click on it and we say we want to make that button actually link to something. So we'll choose the options here, and the option we want to select is a page on my site. We can link to an external page if we had the full HTTP link for that. But in this case, we want to link to a page on my site, and we have 2 pages, so we choose the What's New page, save that, and now this has become a link to that page. Let's see how that actually works. We'll go back into our preview mode, and you can see here's our website. Now when you're in preview mode, everything will work exactly as it would do. These links, for example, up here will work as links would. So now we're in the home page. If we click on What's New, it'll bring us to the What's New page. If we want to go back to the home page again, we can just click there. And let's check if our new button works, and we can say click on What's New page, and it brings us again to the What's New page. Now we have a 2-page website, but it's still only available in our preview mode or in our edit mode. It's not appearing on the actual website at yourcompanyname.ie. Let's fix that. Let's come up here to the top right corner, and you can do this anytime. And let's click Publish. It says your site will be published to that domain name, yourcompanyname.ie. So we do that. It says it will take about a minute. We are publishing your site. And it says your website was published to yourcompanyname.ie. Let's test that. Click on the link, and in a new window, it should open here at yourcompanyname.ie, the new website, which is live, and it's live everywhere. You'll find it's live on your own computers. Those of you watching it, you'll find it's live on your phones and tablets and things like that as well. And all of the links on this site work. Look up here as well at the address, and you'll see there's a padlock there indicating that this is a secure website, and all communication between the users of the site and the site itself are fully encrypted. So we're back in our edit window here again, and we've created a 2-page website. I want to show you the design button here, and if you click on that, you may remember some of these options that we were presented with at the start. Again, we have added content into the site. It's no longer a demo site. It's now a site that we have controlled and designed, but we can still change the design of it. So if you click on this, for example, we can get a preview of what it'll look like with a different design. Here's another alternative, and in fact, it includes a different kind of font as well. If we click on that, again, it shows you the preview of how that's going to look. So let's change the design, and let's stick with maybe this with the more stronger, darker colors here. And we'll say done. Let's accept that design change. Again, all we've done is change the design. The website remains in a fully functional form, just the way we'd seen it before. Now, if you go to yourcompanyname.ie, you'll see that it still has the old design, and that's because we haven't published it yet. So let's publish the new design. And we'll choose that and do that just there. We've got about 5 minutes left in what I plan to talk about, and then we will take questions, Q&A from the participants as well. I want to make it a 3-page website, so let's do that. And we're going to add a new page, and we're going to make it the contact page, which is essential for every website. And again, just like before, we're in a new page. Now you can see at the menu at the top, you have 3 pages on this site that you can choose. And again, there's no content on this website just yet, which is something we're about to change just now. So we come down here to the bottom corner again, we choose the Add Content button, and it highlights the area where the content is to appear. This time, I want it to be a contact form or contact information. And so you see that there are different options here for contact information. You could choose this one, for example, and it just displays your address, and it has this form here with your email and your message. Where does this information, by the way, come from? Well, when you initially do this website, that information won't appear. But earlier, I added that information into the site settings. So if you go into settings, you'll see that it allows you to update the profile of the website. And that allows you, for example, to upload a logo into this, give it the business name, which we did when we started here. I said it's a demo site about the webinars. Okay, we've added that information, and you can also add in your contact details, which I filled in earlier this morning. So my email, our contact details, our physical address, our Twitter account, our LinkedIn page, Facebook, and other related social media, things like that as well. And they can then be added in as little widgets to actually appear in the main site as you choose. So click on that menu and come back here to the website as well. And now we have made a 3-page website. We're currently on the home page. So we'll choose to switch to go back to the content or the contact page. And let's say I want to change what form I'm using here for this. So we've already inserted this, but let's say we don't want the address to appear on this, but we would like something else to appear. So you can choose change layout, and it'll change the layout of that. Oh no, I beg your pardon. Let's remove this entirely, in fact, and we'll add in a different type of content form. So again, back to add content. And you can see how easy this is to just change literally on the fly as you're going. We're going to get it to add in this map and a contact form as well. So that just gives you an idea as to how you can create a page. And again, none of these changes actually appear until you click on publish. But when you do, you'll see that they appear on the site at, in this case, yourcompanyname.ie. That's just for demonstration purposes. This is the site as it appears on mobile devices and all of that as well. So that's a very, very quick introduction into how to build a website in 20 minutes. We actually have done a live version of that, and I'm going to share with you just now. In fact, I'm going to put it into the website. In fact, no, I don't have it to hand right now. If you go to blacknight.blog and just type in 20 minutes, you'll find a video where I have actually done this in 20 minutes in front of a live audience, which was at the Business Expo in Waterford in the early part of 2019. So we've done that kind of thing, and you can see how that actually works. So if we return just very briefly to share the screen here, and we'll return just to finish up here to our presentation. So you can see that's how it works in practice. That's how you actually get your website up and running. And as you can see, it's a live website that's visible right now. Or if you don't want to do that, we can do that for you. And what I've done just there, for example, is built a 3-page website very quickly and very easily. So one of the changes that we've introduced in response to demand for the current crisis has been that some people have said, okay, I appreciate that I can do it myself in 20 minutes. Actually, we recommend you take a few hours, but whatever. Some people are saying, look, I have enough on my plate. Can you just build it for me? So we've offered a new service, and you can see this available on the main site under websites on blacknight.com, and it's called Build My Website. And what we'll do simply is offer you a free 1-hour consultation with one of our developers, and we'll collect all the information that we can from you and then build you the website, which would be a 3-page website, including a domain name and including an SSL certificate, and that is for $139.99 for the first year, which includes the cost of the consultation and the building of that as well. That's it. That's the first in our series of webinars, how to build a website in 20 minutes. We are going to talk about Blacknight Shop Builder next week, and there'll be a new one each Wednesday at 2:30 at the same time. My name is Colin Wincon. Thank you very much indeed for talking to us, and you can find all the information you need at blacknight.com. There's our phone number on the screen as well. We're based in Carlow, but our staff are currently working from home.